latest edition of Find My Divine. Psychic readings, life guidance, a better, happier you. My name is Stefan Rybak, and it is my pleasure, it is my gift, it is my honor, and it is my tremendous blessing to be your host and your master of ceremonies for Find My Divine. If you are looking to make sense of things in a senseless world, you have come to the right place. If you are looking for peace amongst all the conflict that is happening in the world, and perhaps the conflict that is happening in your life, you have come to the right place. If you are looking for calm amongst the storm, if you are looking for intuitive guidance and direction when the path ahead may seem to be filled with roadblocks, you are watching the right program. Find My Divine. What this show is all about is helping you to find the divine within you. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you world famous psychic and astrologer and my very, very dear friend, Peter Marks. Peter, good evening to you.
Good evening, my dear friend. I am thrilled to be here tonight, especially with Mercury in retrograde.
Peter, a lot of turbulence happening in the world. A lot of turbulence. 3 months ago, it was the middle of February. It was the middle of February, 3 months ago, a little over 3 months ago. And on this program, you said that your guides were telling you that the world was about to undergo a very cataclysmic event. And less than a week later, your prediction came true. Russia invaded Ukraine. And this is something that is affecting the entire world. And since that time, we had additional violence in this world as recently as yesterday in a small town in Texas. We have had tremendous economic upheaval. It seems that we are living in very turbulent times, Peter, and we have a number of people who are waiting backstage to receive intuitive guidance from you. And we will get to those guests. But before we do that, Peter, I wanted to ask you, for the benefit not only of the people waiting backstage to receive a reading from you, but to also speak to the many people who are watching this show at this very moment around the world. What would your advice be to someone who might feel overwhelmed by the events not only of the last week, the last month, the last 2 months, the last 3 months, the last 2 years? With everything that has happened in the last 2 years, what would your advice be to someone who might be feeling that this is an overwhelming time?
Well, that is a major, major question, Stefan. I don't, even as a psychic and astrologer, I can give my opinion. I don't always have the answers 100% correct. What I did want to share with you is, yes, we live in very troubled times. We're dealing with economic problems. We're dealing with the COVID-19 and its variants. I want to say what I am seeing and what I'm witnessing is that many people that have psychiatric issues, major psychiatric issues that are being not diagnosed, not being monitored by their families under these astrological and these energy shifts that are going on right now. these individuals and many people that I speak to, I recognize when I talk to them, they're in a state of fear, anxiety, doubt. They don't know what their life purpose is. They're so depressed. In some cases, they are suicidal. What I want to say to everybody, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this because we're living in very chaotic and trying times. What I want to say to you is this: any of us tomorrow, any of us can go out of our house. We can go to the mall, we can go shopping, we can go to the restaurant, we can go wherever you may go in a given day. None of us are, I want to say, guided to we're all we're all prone when we go out to experiencing what has happened in Texas yesterday. None of us are immune to this. What I do every single day when I go out, I pray. I pray to God and to the guardian angels and to my spirits to help me go out shopping, to raise my consciousness, and to visualize loving people and visualizing. I create a very safe reality in my own mind before I venture out to anywhere. So I want to say to everybody, before you go out during the day, because nobody is really protected, I want to be honest with you, treat that day as if the most magnificent. Every day is a blessing from God. Every minute is a blessing. Truthfully, that is the type of answer that I can give to you, Stefan, because we are living in times that we've never seen before.
Peter, the words that in my mind are the following: let there be on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be
Yes.
peace on earth, and let it begin with me. That means that I need to love myself. I need to self. I need to be peaceful with myself in order for the world to even have any hope of being more peaceful. How do those words resonate with you, Peter?
Those, boy, they resonate with me. You always manage with your prolific ability through your channeling. You always amaze me because you always seem to have the right rhetoric, the right concepts, the right words to use, and I concur with you. What I also want to say quickly to you, Stefan, is I set up today the chart of this young man. I won't even mention the name because then I'm giving him credibility and giving credence. And I saw trigger points that started on May 11th. What I didn't tell you today, because I was a little upset with myself, was I actually was having dreams 2 weeks ago and I was seeing something else happening in our society. And I felt if I posted it on Facebook, that may trigger somebody off to act out in a very nefarious way. But I did start feeling the energy and I did see something happening. And unfortunately, I don't know if I could have prevented this, but I do feel tonight, if we can collectively come together and if we can go within and we can connect tonight on the podcast to pray, give prayers and love to Texas, all of the world, I would appreciate it.
The other thing, Peter, that I want to answer, and Tiffany, we're going to be getting to you in just a moment. Tiffany is going to be our guest this evening. We have a number of people backstage. Thank you for your patience. Tiffany, you're going to be first in just a minute. But one of the stories this is important. It's important for us to talk about what happened in Texas yesterday. One of the stories that came in, I'm sure there will be many more stories that come out, but one of the stories that came out today is that this young gentleman was suicidal. and decided to react to those suicidal thoughts by going into that elementary school and perpetrating the gravest of crimes. I can only say that it's the work of the devil that would cause a person to behave in such a manner. But if there's anybody watching this program that is struggling with suicidal thoughts or maybe having a mental health crisis, please do something about it. There is no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's the person who feels the weakest who seeks out help who is actually exhibiting signs of great strength. When you need help, it's not a sign of weakness to act, it's a sign of great strength. And so, if anybody watching this show is struggling with suicidal thoughts or experiencing a mental health crisis, and we're talking about this at the beginning of this show tonight, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1 800 273 8255. That's 1 800 273 8255. I'm going to repeat the number one more time, and we will repeat the number again on the program tonight. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is available 24/7, and the number is 800 273 8255 or Suicide Prevention Lifeline.org. Suicide Prevention Lifeline.org. Tiffany. Tiffany lives in Maine, I believe. Tiffany, good evening to you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Tiffany, I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And I'm not psychic, but I'm going to make an intuitive prediction right here. This is an intuitive prediction I've ever made on this show. And my intuition is that you don't want to talk to me, Peter Marks. Is that correct?
I would love to talk to Peter Marks. That is correct.
Well, say hello to Peter Marks.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, Tiffany. How are you, my friend?
I am well. How are you?
I'm wondrous. Considering everything, I'm wondrous. Yes. How can I help you tonight?
I think I'd like to know if you see anything good coming for me, like in the next few months.
In the next few months. Well, what I want to ask you, first of all, they're talking to me about reevaluating, and they're showing me, if I remember correctly, the guys are talking to me about childcare.
Yep.
Okay. Now, are you reevaluating what you're doing? Are you trying to decide if you should stay where you are or transition? Because they keep on saying making decisions right now.
I've been contemplating.
Okay. I feel you're going through great changes here. I'm also being told they keep on saying disappointed in the area of relationship. That they're saying to me you're going through also right now. The job situation will be improving. That will be getting better. I also want to say to you right now, we're in a retrograde right now with Mercury. We're at a retrograde with Mercury, and your South Node is in 11 degrees, 10 minutes of Gemini. And we're going through a Mercury retrograde. So right now, your thinking is going to be you're going to be all over. You're going to try to figure out where you should be and when you should be, and you're going to feel a little frustrated. The energy, though, for you should be very high. You have had a change since May 11th. Do you feel the shift in energy for you?
Yes.
All right. And how are you using that energy in a positive way, my friend?
I just feel like good things are starting to happen. I'm seeing a lot of improvements in
All
business,
right. Yeah. And who
trying
is
in love,
what's that?
trying in the love department. They seem to be getting a little better.
All right. The one thing I want to say about when you say trying in love, let it just unfold. Don't try so hard.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying don't try so hard, you have so much to give. You have so much to offer a person in a relationship. You don't have to settle. Do not settle because you are magnificent. Your energy is absolutely incredible. You're beautiful. Do not settle. Allow the right person and the right soul to come into your life, and let your guardian angels and let everybody, all the spiritual guides around you, let it happen. Give it up to God. It's going to happen. It's going to unfold for you.
All right.
Okay. And you're getting stronger every day, which I noticed.
I feel that too.
What a beautiful smile you have tonight.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining the show tonight. It is a pleasure to have you on. Now, before you go, I have a trick question. I'm going to ask you this in front of everyone who is watching from around the world. You ready for the trick question?
Go for it.
Where are you watching the show from tonight?
I'm watching the show from North Monmouth, Maine.
Love
In this
Maine.
great state of Maine, a beautiful place to be any time of year, but especially in the spring and especially during the summer. Thank you for tuning in from the state of Maine. It's a pleasure to have you on. You are a beautiful person and a beautiful soul, and we wish you good luck and good fortune, especially in the area you asked Peter about. And we invite you to come back onto the show at some future point of your choosing. Tell us how well you're doing. Would you do that, please?
I would love to do that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tiff.
You're
Good
welcome.
night.
Great talking to you, Tiffany.
Now, for those who might not be familiar with Peter Marks, and I'm noticing by the names that I see of the people who are backstage waiting to speak to you, Peter, that there are some new names and some different names, and we love having new and different people join the show. They may not be familiar with you. So, would it be okay if I mentioned a little bit about your background and experience, Peter? Would I did that right now?
I would never refuse that request from you, Stefan.
Peter's been a spiritual life coach for over 30 years. Psychic readings for royalty, for Hollywood celebrities, for people from all walks of life. Peter provides insights on career, love life, family, personal issues, private issues. And one of the things that Peter is known for is his uncanny accuracy. Peter is a deeply spiritual, and Peter believes that faith is a powerful force that can shape lives, shape society, and shape the world in very, very positive ways. Peter's clients adore his warm and personality, his unique approach, and his positive perspective. And if they're in our audience that would like to reach out to Peter on a private basis for a private reading, the telephone number is 203 206 9353. That's 203 26 9353. We're going to welcome LaKoya to the show. I do hope I am pronouncing the name correctly. Is it LaKoya?
Yes.
Yes. Now, your face is in the dark, and I think one of the reasons might be is in back of you.
Oh,
We would
yes.
really love to see your. There we go. There is the beautiful face of LaKoya. LaKoya, how are you this evening?
I'm all right.
You're okay? Now, where are you watching and participating in this program tonight? What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia.
You're in the state of Georgia. And what is your date of birth, LaKoya?
August the 27th, 1989.
August 27th, 1989. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, 8/27, 1989. Now, the reason I'm asking that question, LaKoya, and I'm also going to explain this to the other people that we're going to have on with Peter tonight, is in addition to being a world famous psychic intuitive, Peter also is a world renowned astrologer. And Peter has created his own forecast chart. And one of the primary pieces of information that Peter needs is the birth. So that's why we're asking the date of birth. So LaKoya, let me introduce you to Peter Marks. Peter, say hello and good evening to LaKoya.
LaKoya, how are you? What a beautiful face. I can feel
Thank
your energy from here.
Thank you. I'm okay.
You're okay? Is there a specific question that you have for myself and the guides?
Yes, I was wondering, like, okay, I'm pregnant and I had a baby in August, and my relationship is difficult and it's very depressing. I was trying to see, is it gonna last or is it gonna end?
Well, they just said to me, you've got to work at this. You've got to work at this. Now, I want to say this to you. They're telling me you're very sensitive. I pick up a lot of sensitivity with you, but you're also strong willed. You're very strong willed. Do you recognize that?
Yes,
All right. Now, do you know if I say to you, you came into this life as an old soul?
yes, I was told that a lot.
All right. You're a very old soul. I want to say to you that you're going to have to work if you want to keep this relationship going. You're really going to have to work at this. And they're also talking to me. How long have you been with this person?
We've been together about 7 years.
Well, after 7 years, you haven't worked out all the angst and the inks in your relationship?
I tried.
All right. Have you been on and off with the relationship with him?
Yes.
All right. I am also picking up here. They're talking to me about family. Were there issues or problems from the family you came from?
It was just that my mother, she was raped. I really want to tell you, she was raped when I was born, and my mama, she didn't take care of me, and my great great grandmama did.
All right, so that's what they are talking about. I picked up violence around you. This is your mother. What I want to say to you, and I'm going to ask you a very bold question. Do you really love yourself?
Yes.
All right, because I'm being told another relationship is coming in for you. I don't feel this relationship is your lifetime partner or your soulmate. If another man comes in that's willing to take care of you and love you, are you open to that?
Yes.
All right. Can I also ask quickly, was there any drinking or drugs around you growing up?
It was a lot of drinking. My grandmama, she drank a lot.
All right. Because what you have to do, the guides are telling me right now, they're saying to me they're going to be having a man come in that's going to treat you with love and respect. When is this going to happen? They're showing me you've got to heal. First of all, you've got to heal from this relationship that you're in, honey, because I don't really feel that this is a permanent relationship. Okay?
Okay.
Somebody more suited for you is coming in.
Okay.
And when that happens, I'm going to let you know.
All right.
Okay? God bless you.
LaKoya, thank you for joining us on the show tonight. Please do come back. You seem like such a nice, sweet, kind
Yes.
person. That's the energy that I am from you. And we would like you to come back. We would like to have you feel you're part of our family now. And so you've come
Absolutely.
onto the show tonight.
Absolutely.
We're so glad that you came onto the show. We're going to pray for you. Prayer is incredibly powerful. And so we're going to pray for your health and well-being. We're going to pray for the health and well-being of your family. And pray and ask that the best road for you be put in front of you and that you have the strength, that first step. But I do invite you to come back onto the show. Would you do that, please?
Yes.
Thank you. God bless you, LaQuia.
God
Thank you
bless
for
you,
coming onto the
LaQuia.
show tonight. We are absolutely filled with people backstage who want to come on and speak to you. We're going to invite on with you Irma. Hello, Irma. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Irma. Where are you
Okay.
wanting the
Yes.
show from tonight?
I am in Wyndham, Maine.
Oh, beautiful.
Another person in the
Another
state of
Maine.
Maine.
Another maniac.
Tonight's
Hello.
the night for maniacs. Tonight
Yeah.
is the night for maniacs. Irma, what is your date of
My date of birth was 5/17/63.
5/17/60? Means you just had a birthday a couple of weeks
I
ago,
did.
correct?
Yes.
That's
Happy
correct.
birthday.
And you had
Thank
a
you.
terrific birthday. And if my brain is working properly, it was birthday number 59. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're heading big 6-0, and the party ends tonight with Peter Marks.
How are you? How are you tonight?
I'm awesome. Thank you.
Good. You have a lot of changes coming up. A lot of changes. And the first thing I want to say to you is you're going through a transit actually as we are speaking. This transit started on May 11th. You are a very strong person, but very sensitive. You do not mess around. You do not mess around. I want to say to you, you're a very caring person, but if somebody gets in your way, forget it. Okay? Now, are you, I also feel that there's a strong connection here with family and work. Family and work here. Are you doing anything on your own in work? Because in actuality, you should be in some type of management.
No, I've actually been in the healing business for many
Healing?
years.
All right. Well, who manages that business?
I do, I guess. Yeah.
You're in management.
Yeah. I've been self-employed most of my life. Yeah.
All right. This is going to be one of the best years that you ever had. Now, I want to ask you this. Have you had struggles many years that you've had to overcome?
I have, and specifically the last probably 3, and I had 5 losses in 8 months. I had to move, like my life was completely disrupted, and I've actually been blonde for almost 30 years, and I went back to my normal hair color because I felt
Okay.
like that's the only thing that I knew that was true and authentic about me. I felt pretty stripped.
Okay, I want to say to you, Irma, this year, your energy is shifting and it's going to a much higher vibration for you. The guides are telling me you channel all of your energy. The energy is channeled through your mind, your brain, throughout your body. You're able to heal. You are a healer. And the guides are showing me you actually connect with the multidimensional, with the spiritual levels of vibration Saint Michael, Raphael are coming in. You are a very evolved soul. You've lived here many, many
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Yeah, you've been,
Yeah.
this isn't your first time around in this life. You
No.
recognize that.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
All right. You're going to be healing. You're going to be attracting clients this year. You're going to be so busy, you're not going to have time to really do a lot. But I do see people around you offering you radio and TV. Radio and TV is coming in. I also want to say to you, watch the water intake in your body. You need a lot of water.
Yes, I'm actually very dehydrated right now. I just got back from India and did an intense detox for 5 weeks, and I'm very dehydrated. I haven't acclimated back to Maine yet.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
want you, after you do your healing work, you have to cleanse your body. You've got to constantly cleanse your body. You're magnificent. You really are. Your energy is surreal.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Do you
Irma,
see
one of the
any
things that
move for me? I feel like I'm done where I'm living, and but so I feel like I know I'm moving, but I'm
You're
not sure where I
moving,
want to go.
you're moving, but I also feel home is really where you thrive. Home is where you thrive. And they're telling me something about, do you have other properties besides one? Because I feel one of your goals was to have more than one property.
No, I actually just um, um, settled on my last property that I have. So I did one last July and just did the other one 2 weeks ago. So, because I had the property with someone, with a
All right,
friend,
that's
and
what they're
yeah,
talking to me about. That's exactly what they're talking to me
yeah,
about. Okay, you're in a wonderful place right now, and you should teach. They're showing me you should teach and talk and demonstrate what you're doing, but you're very highly evolved.
Irma, thank you
okay,
very much for joining us show
yes.
tonight. We ask you to keep us updated on your activities. It's a pleasure having you on. Thank you very much. Jenny has been waiting very, very patiently. Jenny, welcome to Find My Divine. How are you this
Thank
evening?
you. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Say hello, Mark.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Stefan told me before the show started that you were going to give me a reading.
Wow. No, I'm nowhere.
Jenny, what's your date of birth? What is your date
June
of birth,
18th,
Jenny?
June 18th, 1985.
I didn't get that. Say it again.
June 18th.
June 18th,
Yeah, 1985.
1985.
1985.
So
Okay.
you've got a birthday coming up in about 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Is there a
Well, your astrological chart.
okay? Are there specific questions you have for myself and the guides?
No, I'm curious if there's anything that whatever comes through.
Okay. First of all, I want to tell you, you're in a year of enlightenment. You're in a year of enlightenment. You're starting to come into who you are as a soul and as a child of God. Your energy is going to be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Your guides are telling me you're very empathic. You're very, very empathic. They come to you. Your guides are talking to you even now. You pick up on other people. You're very, very loving, but you're picking up a lot of energy around you. And you instantly know if you like somebody or you don't like somebody.
Yeah.
They're also showing me, they're telling me right now that you are coming into your spirituality. you are a healer. You're going to recognize that you are a healer. And I want to also say to you, you're a very old soul. You're a very old soul, but you can be very stubborn at times. You're very stubborn, but the stubbornness is more people like myself have to prove to you their abilities. Otherwise, you say, all right, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. So I am feeling that you are finally coming into whom you are. I also feel you've got to be challenged because you get bored easily.
Yeah.
You get very bored. Are you in school or are you thinking about going back to school?
Well, I just went through a program called Angel Reiki School to get certified. So I
perfect.
just finished that up. Yeah.
Okay. I see you becoming certified in that area. Certified. Now, also, what does property have to do around you? Are you looking? Are you rent? They keep on saying property.
Well, our family built, we kind of joke that it's a compound, but I live near all of my family. So my parents, all of my siblings, we're all neighbors. So
You're all, how wonderful. All right, I'm going to come up and I'm going to build a house.
Yeah, come on over.
Come on open. Do you do anything with your voice, by the way? Because they keep on saying something about singing or when you're...
Goodness. My daughter asked me not to sing.
Oh, your daughter asked you not to sing?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not a great singer, no.
But you enjoy singing when you're alone?
Yeah, oh yeah, in my car, definitely.
That's what they're talking to me about. I want you, because you're going to a higher level this year. Allow your guides to take you to that higher level, because I'm also seeing a book. They're talking about a book around you. I think you're going to be writing a book.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okie
Okie dokie. So I hope that
Jenny,
helps.
I'm going to jump in here on something. I'm going to jump in real quick because Peter talked about singing, and here's what, not only to you but to everyone who is watching. If you feel that you have a good voice, you should sing loud to thank God for giving you a good voice. Okay, if you have a good voice, sing loud. Thank God for giving you a good singing voice. And if you have a bad singing voice, then sing loud to punish God for not giving you a good singing voice.
That's right. I love that. Thank
you
you
so much for coming on the show.
Thank
You
you
seem like
both.
such a delightful person. One of the things that Peter and I love about this show is we get to meet so many different people from around the world, including Cheryl Elliott, who is joining us right now. Cheryl, how are you this evening? Cheryl, I think you're going to need to turn your microphone on so we can hear you. Either that, or you're pretending to talk, but not really talking to psych Peter and I out. Is that what you're doing? So we're going to ask you to unmute yourself. And Cheryl, while you're doing that, Cheryl, we're going to ask on Natalie to join the show. So Cheryl, we'll come back to you. We'll see you backstage, Cheryl. While you're backstage, please figure out how to unmute yourself. We do want to have you on the show, but welcome, Natalie. How's it going? Natalie, are you there?
Is she muted?
Natalie, you need to unmute yourself as well. Figure out how to unmute yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Natalie a couple of seconds to unmute herself. She's got the great big smile, and I could tell there's a lot of words and a lot of feeling and emotion behind that smile, but we want to be able to hear you. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Natalie backstage as well, give her an opportunity to figure out how to turn her microphone on. We're going to call on Jackie. Jackie, are you there? Hello? Jackie, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Are you in an automobile?
I am.
Okay. Are there other people in the automobile with you, or are you by yourself?
There is my son, and my son's father.
Okay. Now, what we typically do is we typically do not do readings while people are around,
Oh, they
because
can
what
get out
happens
of the
is
car. We
Peter,
parked. We just pulled up to the
because
house.
Peter, excuse me, because
You know.
Peter picks up on the other energies. So, Peter,
Yeah, they're getting out
would
of the
you
car
like
right
to
now.
speak with? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Very good. Jackie, what is your date of birth?
2/23/86.
2/23/86. February 23rd, 1986. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And what state are you watching from?
I'm sorry. What was that?
What state are you in?
Maine.
Oh, another Maine. Tonight is
Another
Maine night.
person from the state of Maine. Tonight, you know what tonight is? Tonight is celebrating night. We've got a bunch of maniacs.
Well, because of Bonnie. She's very well known here. I've seen Bonnie a few times.
Okay,
Bonnie.
So Bonnie Lee, for those who are wondering, Bonnie Lee was on the show tonight, and unfortunately, she had a technical issue. And so we're going to say that that is a result of Mercury being in retrograde.
Correct.
So we're not very happy. We're
yeah.
not happy with Mercury being in retrograde, but we're very happy that you're on the show, Jackie. So I'm going to let you talk to Peter. Peter, say hello to Jackie. Jackie, say hello.
Hello, Jackie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. The first thing that the guys are telling me about you, your energy level is off the roof. It is, you've got really intense energy.
I'm very passionate.
You're very passionate. You should have been an actress growing up. You've got a magnificent sense of people love being around you. I'm picking that up. Now, what I also want to say to you, you also have a lot of intuitive ability. Are you aware of that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It gets confused now. I get confused because my past life, I'm connected to a lot of past lives. So it's interfered with a lot of my relationships.
All right. I want to say this to you. A lot of men don't know how to deal with your energy.
Yep.
And you are very outspoken. You're very direct. You're very, very direct. Now, I also want to say to you, you can at times, you want to be in control. They keep on saying there's control issues here. And not that it's bad, but you know what you want and you know what you don't want. Is that resonating with you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially with what I'm dealing with now with the relationship. And that's like basically why I'm on this. It's for the relationship.
All right. Now, what I also want to tell you, you cannot be controlled. If a man tries to control you, you're out of the relationship. Okay?
Yep.
I also want to tell you, you went through changes on May 11th of this year. You're a very giving person, but at times you give too much and you don't get in return. And when you don't get it in return, then you start coming out like the bull. You get very, very mad and you feel like, how much more do I have to give in this relationship? Okay. Now, I also want to ask you, do you do anything with healing? Because you have healing ability. Are you aware of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of. I don't really believe it, but.
Well, I'm picking it up. I am picking it up. Are you going through any training? Because they're talking to me about possibly going back to school.
No, I'm about to graduate cosmetology school in 3 weeks.
That's what they're talking about. All right. So you've already gone through the schooling. You've already gone through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm graduating. So.
All right. Are you starting your own business?
No.
All right. You're going to be working for somebody else.
Yes, a salon. Yes.
All right. All right. I don't know why they're telling me this. I have no idea why they're saying this. Anybody around you connected? They keep on showing me drinking. Is this you or somebody else?
I don't drink.
You don't drink? All right. They're showing me in a relationship. I don't know why. They keep on saying this is somebody around you that drinks. All right. They're saying to me, caution around somebody that drinks. You're not understanding that right now.
Is it somebody that I go to school with?
It was somebody that you're connected to, yes.
Is it a male?
All right. They're showing me a male, but it could be a female that has very male-like energy. Is there somebody around you that you know that is drinking too much?
I don't.
No. All right. It's going to happen because I see a friend that is drinking and they're going to reach out to you. If it hasn't happened, it's going to. I also want to say to you, they're showing me you near the water. Are you living near the water, or do you want to live near the water?
That's my dream goal. I love the water, and I'm homeless right now. I'm actually staying with a friend, and I'm trying to get a.
You're trying because eventually you're going to have a home on the water. You're going to have a home on the water, and that. What's that?
I said
I
no
didn't hear
time
you, dear.
frame because it's been a while.
All right. I'm being shown a home on the water. I'm also being shown you're a very old soul. You're a very old soul in this life. And they're telling me this year you're coming into your own. Your guides are saying to me, things are going to unfold for you. Things are going to unfold for you. The other thing they're saying, and I'm picking up on your past life, they're showing me your past life. There was abuse around you. If it didn't happen in this life, it's from a past life. They're showing me a man that was abusive towards you. Is that resonating with
life?
you? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes? All right, so you're resonating with that.
I was abused as a child. So
you abuse it. All right, I'm picking up the abuse around you, honey. You're incredible. See it, feel it, and believe it. You've got a lot to be grateful for.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jackie, the one thing that I would add on top of what Peter has said is ask God to show you the path forward.
Yes.
Ask God to show you the path forward. And one way to do that is when you wake up in the morning, ask God the following 4 questions. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And who do you want me to say it to? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And who do you want me to say it to? And in the quiet and in the stillness, God will answer you. You will be inspired. The Spirit will inspire you, and you will receive the answers. And then it is incumbent upon you to follow through. You seem like such a positive and dynamic person.
Yes,
And
yes.
Yeah.
we wish you good luck and good fortune, and we wish you many, many blessings. And we would like you to come back on the show at some point to let us
Yeah.
know how have unfolded for you. Would you do that for us?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you for
Yeah.
tuning in. Good luck to you and God bless you. And please come back onto the show with us. Cheryl, we're going to give Cheryl another opportunity to join the show. Hopefully, got my fingers crossed that Cheryl has figured out how to turn on her phone. Cheryl, were you able to do it? Oh my goodness, I don't think so. How about Natalie? Natalie, were you able to figure out how to turn your microphone on? There.
Mercury in retrograde, my friend.
Mercury in retrograde.
Mercury in
We're
retrograde.
going to ask Alex on the show. We're running out of time, so we're going to try to get to as many people as we can. We've asked Allison, have you been able to figure out how to turn your microphone on?
I hope so.
We have a miracle here.
Terrific. The miracle
Only because my
the
son
miracle's
showed me
name
before.
is Allison. Allison, now where are you
Gives
watching
me
the show
at
from
2
tonight?
2 a.m. here, so I'm in my PJs and dressing gown, so excuse me.
Where are you watching?
Near London, England.
In
London,
London,
England?
England. How do you like that?
Yeah.
We're right. You're 5 hours ahead of us, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit of an insomniac anyway, so that's not so bad.
So it's almost 2:00 in the morning where you are, right?
Yeah, almost 2 a.m.
Oh,
I've got my dog
fantastic.
next to me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. How do you like that, London, England? Allison, what is your date of birth?
Oh, this is true. Not many people believe me. 29th of February, 1968.
February
29th.
29th, yeah.
February 29th of what?
1968.
1968.
1968.
I don't think I've
13 and a
ever met
half.
anybody who was born on February 29th.
No.
Yeah, 13 and a half this year.
Let me ask you a question. While Peter is looking at the astrological chart, which is what he's doing, and that's why we ask for the. Do you celebrate on when it's not leap year? Leap year, of course, you celebrate on February 29th, but when it's not leap year, do you celebrate on 28th or March 1st?
I have it on both. If the Queen can have 2 birthdays, so can I.
Yeah.
No,
So you
28
celebrate
usually.
on both days. Good for you. Peter, what do we have for Allison? London, England. Jolly old London.
I love that. London, England. Allison, you were blessed here when you were born. You were blessed because you're very positive. You've got a lot of energy. What are you doing with it?
Drinking too much coffee, I think, for the energy. To be honest with you, I said drinking too much coffee, I think, for my energy, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I've really kind of like become awakened, mixing up. I found out that I've kind of like always had something, but didn't know. It's like, is it my imagination? Is it just a dream? But because I've connected with others, and it's like a wow moment, and I had something called Reiki. I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry, and that was just phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. Are you aware that you have healing abilities?
Physically, I haven't got it, but I've been told that I've helped quite a lot with emotionally. I do pick up on things, and
you do pick up on things.
My friends said it, and even strangers. I'll go and speak to someone, even if I haven't got anything I can give them. I'll give them my time, and I've helped out emotionally with things with people, but physically I haven't got anything in that way. I can't.
Now
I don't think I have. I mean, I might well have, but
you love people, don't you? You love people. You would have made a phenomenal therapist. You would have made a phenomenal therapist. You love people. You go out of your way for people. You're very intuitive. You're very, very intuitive. And your guides are coming in right now, and they're telling me there's been a change for you in the way you're thinking. They're showing me you're being elevated. You're being brought up to the cosmos, the galaxies. What are you doing with this wonderful energy? You had an awakening. What are you doing with it?
I have. Well, I think it's I'm doing like a little bit touch. I'm trying to help others by kind of like waking up others and letting them know as well, and I'm helping him with that. But it's different things that I've kind of had. It's like I'm connected something, and you know, when I've done it, I've kind of like said to someone, do you know a name? And it's that's my friend's dad who died. And I'm like, wow, this is for not, you know, it's names that aren't standard here anyway. It's just kind of really weird, but I don't know how to develop it. And the Reiki lady, who is like an angel one as well, she was saying there was problems with my third eye. They've said to close it because I was exhausted, and I was exhausted, but I didn't know why. Okay. And she said it's so strong that it's not even going to hold for 10-20 minutes. And since then they've been pop in my head, and I don't know what to do, because I'm still thinking, when I've said to people that I've been told I've been trusted to pass on the message, whether people believe me or not, but I'm trusted to pass that on. But I still don't know. It's like, am I doing it right? Is it my imagination? Am I, I don't want to upset them.
In fact, one day you're going to come on the show and you're going to do readings with me. They just said you're going to come on and do readings with me. Yeah, they're also talking to me. Are there anything around the head? Any stress or anything?
Loads of stress. Loads of stress in my life.
All right. How are you dealing with
It's the mask that I wear. It's kind of, I hide behind humour a lot.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, us British, it's always sarcastic humour with us. But I do, I do kind of like hide behind that a lot and laugh and joke about myself and things. But that's what I give out, but inside.
You have incredible energy. I want you to use the energy. I want you to use it. They're also saying, were there any issues in love relationships? They're saying something, love relationships, problems.
I seem to attract narcissists, and I didn't really know what a narcissist was. And then I've on the trauma group, and it's like, my goodness. And I tell you what, it was like he sucked my soul out by the time I escaped finally. Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's coming in for you, but I want you to know you were gifted. When you were born, you were gifted. The only thing you have to do is fine-tune it, learn to accept it, embrace it. But I want to tell you, you're from another dimension also. I don't know if you recognize it, but you have connected with another dimension. They're saying to me multi-dimensions, and you're now coming into your own power. I want you to recognize that.
Wow. Yeah, I know there's something. I mean, I've always been, why am I in this world? What good have I done? I can't help people. I can't do this. But it's like at this kind of time, it's literally the last year and a half.
Yes.
Like, I know what I'm doing here now. I was meant to be here.
You're meant to be here.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to find out and help.
Listen, we want to communicate with you, Allison. We want to communicate with you off the air. Please, I'll give you an email address. I'm going to everybody who's watching. The email address is Stefan@stefanradio.com. STEFAN, StefanRadio.com.
Okay, let me just.
I can't remember.
Would it be on the
like this.
Yeah, would it be on the page?
It could be. If not, send us a message on the Find My Divine Facebook page. Send us a private message on My Divine Facebook page. We want to communicate with you. We've talked to a lot of people all over the world, and you have just jumped through the screen all the way from London, England. And I could tell that Peter would like to communicate after the show, as do I. And I can't remember, I don't think it's ever happened, Peter, where you've said to someone who came on as a guest that one of these days that person is going to be coming on the show and doing readings with us.
The only
I
other
can't remember.
person
Has that ever happened on the show?
The only other person I said that to was you.
That's right.
One thing I'd like to was it's my friend from nursery school. I know the time. My friend from nursery school has just lost her mum like a week today. Well, a week yesterday now because and she's absolutely broken, as you can imagine. And I've had something that I think was her mum, but it's like, was that real? Was it really from her mum? You know, was it her mum talking to?
Somebody's showing me roses. I don't know why. Somebody just came to me with roses. And they're saying to me, they keep on pointing, and I don't know why they're talking about cake. They're showing me a cake here. Yes.
Because it was her mum's birthday yesterday. She passed away
why she's showing me the cake. Okay.
Yeah, she passed away last Tuesday, and it was her birthday on the 22nd. So we raised a glass to her. So yeah, that probably is why.
Well,
Alan, please stay in touch with us. Please communicate with us. Send us a message on the Facebook page for Find My Divine. You seem like a spectacular person. And we appreciate
I've been called unique, but not in the right kind of way.
Now, for those of you who may not know, it's after 2:00 in London, England, where Alison is right now. So thank you for setting up a finish to the show, Alison.
I had a bit of trouble trying to get online.
We look forward to communicating. Wow. That was just amazing and astounding.
Yeah.
And it was a blessing to have that type of energy at the end of the show. What an uplift I feel from Alison, who is watching the show all the way from London, England. And when we say people watch the show from around the world, you just saw an example of it. Peter, as we wrap up tonight's show, and we started on such a serious note, because these are serious times, we have to be grateful. And we have to be thankful for every little blessing that comes through. And I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for everyone who has come on. We have people coming on the show and bearing their souls. And I am respectful of that. I know you are, Peter. And so we started tonight's show on such a very, very serious note. And we are grateful for the gift of positive energy and laughter and levity that Alison brought to the show from London, England. Peter, any word from you as we wrap up this latest to Find My Divine?
Well, the words that I want to say, I want to convey to everybody that's watching this podcast that comes on every week. Please recognize the godlike qualities within yourself. Please see yourself as an amazing person that has been gifted, that has been created in the image and likeness of God, and expect to attract somebody that is positive in your life, that is not abusive, either physically, emotionally, or intellectually. I want to see people growing. I want you to look in the mirror every day. Be grateful for the gift of life. Be grateful that you are healthy, that for your family, for your friends. Be grateful that you're here, that people love you. I love everybody that's tuning in, and I thank you very much, Stefan, as usual, for being the host of the show, and I appreciate your friendship, and God bless you, my friend.
God bless you, as always, Peter. It is not only an honor and a pleasure, but it is a gift and a blessing for me to be on this program with you. I love you, my friend. There was a moment at the end of each day when we lay our head on the pillow. Our bodies are tired, and that is a moment to let our minds relax and let the cares of the day go. It's a very solitary moment. And if we listen very carefully in that quiet, solitary moment, we discover where we stand with our Maker. That moment never lies. It is a precious moment. And in that moment, we reveal the meaning of our own life. Thank you for watching Find My Divine. Psychic readings, life guidance, with the goal of helping you be a better, happier version of you, and indeed find the divine within yourself. Pray for peace. Good luck to you. God bless you.